This is what's left of the former Indian Ridge Resort. As you can see, the resort was never finished and has been left to decay. The story of why this place is abandoned involves deception and empty promises that would eventually land 3 people in prison and 2 more would be charged. Construction on the resort began in 2006 and was projected to cost $1.6 billion. The resort was supposed to feature shopping areas, a 390-room hotel, the country's second largest indoor water park, a golf course, a marina, a Native American museum, as well as many townhomes. Former Missouri Governor Matt Blunt attended the groundbreaking because of the large scale this project was supposed to eventually become. However, very little was ever started, and only around 10 townhomes were even started. 2 people named David Drake and Donald Snyder owned a company called Western Site Services that was supposed to develop part of the resort. The company withdrew more than $14 million in construction loans from Columbia Bank and Trust, in addition to other loans from Great American Bank and Wells Fargo. But instead of using the money for the construction of Indian Ridge, a lot of the money was instead used for personal expenses and other projects they were involved with in Colorado. All the construction loans were defaulted on, and Columbia Bank went out of business in 2008. When Columbia Bank failed, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or FDIC, received the loans. Another person named James Clarkson received a 2-year prison sentence for working as a mortgage broker and made false statements in loan applications for buyers by inflating borrowers' income to make sure they qualified for loans. He was also not licensed as a mortgage broker in Missouri. Drake and Snyder would be charged each with 1 count of conspiracy to commit bank fraud and 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering for their roles. 2 other people were charged for concealing a felony. In 2011, the 2 companies that were developing Indian Ridge were fined $315,000 for failing to prevent water runoff at the construction site from discharging silt into Table Rock Lake. Since 2009, no work has been done and has been sold to new owners. Unfortunately, we couldn't go inside the houses to show you all because the police were on the property. All of a sudden begins to conduct himself professionally. The second abandoned location we're going to be looking at today is the former Missouri State Sanatorium. This hospital was built in 1907 to treat tuberculosis patients. Patients would often stay at the sanatorium for months or years because there was no effective treatment for tuberculosis until the 1950s. Once this effective treatment was found, the patient population began to decline, and in 1970, a 6-story building was constructed to house all of the patients, and all but one of the original patient buildings were demolished. By 1971, the name of the hospital changed to Missouri State Chest Hospital, which specialized in various respiratory problems. In 1983, the Mount Vernon Veterans Home was established on the property, and an outpatient clinic and an inpatient hospice program occupied some of the space. By 1985, the hospital's specialty again changed to a rehabilitation center for severe injuries, and other space was used by the Veterans Administration, starting in 1990. In 1996, the Missouri General Assembly transferred ownership to the University of Missouri Healthcare, but still remained a rehabilitation center. By 2014, the center had closed due to declining patient numbers, expensive maintenance costs, and uncertainty of state funding. The VA clinic operated there for a few more years, but now the building remains unoccupied. I hope you all enjoyed this video, even though we didn't get to go in either of these places. And if you'd like to see future videos, please like and subscribe.